with your body, you go tick, tock, tick, tock. And you just start with a scale. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, I call the metronome, this is for me, I call it the great revealer.
The great revealer?
Yeah.
The revealer of how bad we are at timing?
Yeah, when you think you're good, then you stand before the great revealer and you'll find out if you're good.
It's the great revealer. It's the measuring stick of time. And then when you measure yourself against it, it's very humiliating.
And you can swear you are spot on time. And if you aren't playing with the metronome, I guess there's that one prodigy or two out there that can do it. But for the most part, most people that think they're playing well with time.
If you practice to a metronome every day, like scales, and then some of your music, not all of your music, but if you do it for, I don't know, 20 minutes, 30 minutes a day, after about 6 months, you are on time.
Yep.
But then everybody else becomes annoying.
Yeah. Yes. Well, and that's what I mean. Yeah. So
like, oh,
it's the great revealer. It is the great revealer. Yes. You play, like you said, you use it, and yes, it will clean you up.
I've been in a band, a worship team band, where the drummer was doing one time and the guitar player was doing another, and I'm playing piano, and I'm like, I have no idea who to follow. Well, usually you follow the drummer. Yes, but the leader was playing the guitar, so it's just very difficult when people aren't synced. And when you have a whole team that practices to a metronome, that means they're together, and you're supposed to follow the drummer. Come on. The drummer sets the tone. So what happens though is everybody will follow somebody else, or the sounds bouncing off the walls, because if you don't have good sound in the room.
I think the metronome, we've talked before about muscle memory.
Yeah.
Well, the metronome is
memory.
that for timing memory.
Yeah. And you can get off of it. If I don't practice with it, I practiced for years with it, and I got off of it for 3 or 4 months, and then I was off. It's just something you just always have to do. It's like a vocalist always has to do scales. You always have to, actually practice to the metronome. And there are some good ones out there. I use my phone. You can get a free metronome. And you can actually choose the sounds. You can have a drum beat, or you can have, a digital sound. I like click, just click, click, like the wooden metronomes, the click, click, click. You know what I mean? Oh, he's looking something up. But then they have the wooden ones, and then you can actually buy a metronome, electronic one with batteries. There's lots of different kinds of metronomes. There you go. That's one I use. Yeah, I like that. But you know why? Because it doesn't really interfere with the frequencies on the instrument.
Right.
It's kind of out there. But if you have something that's too close to what you're playing, you can't hear it, and then you go off of it.
Right.
But I do have a secret before we finish. I mean, unless you have something else to say. With students, even adults, when they're first hopping on that metronome, it's very difficult if you do it out of your head. So I always have them tick-tock like a clock with their body. I have them start at 60 beats per minute, because that's the 60 seconds, and then it helps also if you have a visual, like a ping pong, like what you had, or
Right.
something lighting up. And with your body, you go tick, tock, tick, tock, and you just start with a scale. Da, 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 da. And so that actually gets your body connected to the beat.
Yep.
And it gets you out of your head. Now, there are a lot of other things that you do not want to use your body for. You want to, when you're counting and things like that, you want to do it in your head. But for the metronome, your body is something useful to get you connected to that.
Yep. And then like we've talked about before too, you as you graduate up, then you even learn certain songs, the notes played just just that hair ahead of that beat, or just that hair behind.
Backbeat. Yeah.
Yep, the back beating and
Yeah.
and different grooves are set up. Like when I learned that Miranda Lambert, the house that built me, has a swing beat to it behind it that you got. If you get into it right, it changes the feel of the song.
Yep. Start with the basics.
Yep.
You start with the basics, then you can get into all of that, and maybe that could be another video. That's a great idea for another video.
Yeah.
If you have any questions, just put it in the comments, and it's the Metronome. It's your friend.
Like, really follow, subscribe, all that business.
Oh yeah, do that too. Yeah. So hope this helps.
Yep.